Listen, Crixxe, we need to talk. What the? Hey everybody, it is Crixxe here. Today we will be investigating the Buonos. You can see one flying just over the peak here. Where did she go? Where did she go? There she is. Hello there. This is a Buonos. Now the Buonos are a wind drake in this region. You can see they're very agile in the air. Their wings are made of a similar material to a previous entry in our books. They have talons much like a bird of prey. The only difference is that they are a pterodon type creature. Their wingspan is actually a membrane stretched out between their abdomen and their wrist. Now we'll go ahead and get a better view of one of these creatures down on the ground. Alright, here we are. We're just pushing a herd through, making sure that their migratory path is maintained. There's the Wano up top. We have to make sure because of that fellow right there. We want these guys to keep on the migration path they're supposed to. Otherwise, we have large monsters that will become aggressive and start fighting and injuring the creatures. Come on, guys. You know which way you need to go. Alma, doing a good job. Part of conservation out here is to make sure that we keep these animals in line. Nope, you ain't going this way. Come on, turn around. Oh, come on now. Oh, and the herd does not want to follow. You're still working on getting these migratory paths taken care of. The male will come back. We don't worry about the male too much because there are two in this pack. And they don't like being pushed out into the open sands, only because it's not very protected and they like to stay near the water source. So this is part of our study, figuring out exactly where their migratory paths are supposed to lead, where they will actually nest down, where they will feed. And it seems like they do not enjoy going into any area where these guys, you can see underneath the sand, like to prey. I had a feeling. So that is a confirmation that as soon as the predatory plains monsters get any type of sense that there is a herd getting pushed, that they will not progress any further. And the predators will actually start moving towards a feeding position. The Wano we can see above are actually just waiting for one of these creatures to come into this territory, either unintentionally, accidentally, or on purpose, and get preyed upon, because the Wano are carrion. They feed on the different types of animals and monsters that come into the area that die, and then they are able to actually consume the carrion or the dead flesh in order to survive. They have enzymes in their stomach. They have the ability to survive the different diseases that other monsters may actually succumb to from eating food that we would call tainted. And there's another monster coming into the area. But that's okay. Right now we're just monitoring the movements of a couple different herds and the Buono to make sure that we understand their feeding habits, their patterns, You can see that they actually do utilize a type of sustained flight, as well as they utilize a forward motion flight. I've never seen one actually reverse while using their sustained flight. So that's an interesting aspect. Another interesting aspect is they are solitary. They do not roost in packs. They do not roost in visible areas that we can see to see either a mother or father or any type of parenting activity. So the best guess that we can make is that they are on top of the plateaus here, and we have a
materials too.
fires. Yep. They most likely nest on top of the plateaus, and we have a strict requirement with the natives of the area that we do not venture onto the plateaus, just because they're afraid that anything that we may take up there may wash down or cause damage. But you can see that some of these plateaus are actually, they seem like they're precarious, they're perched. A lot of them have that windswept look, and the natives are very cautious about accidentally toppling anything over just in case there is a nesting area. So we stay away from those areas as well. I'm going to move up closer towards the water source and see if we have any buanos that are nesting or drinking over there. Here we are at the water source for the plains. We've done a lot of investigation for this area, a lot of sampling. Let's go ahead and get across here. And the most common aspect is the silt that runs through here. The grass does like to push into the waterway a little bit, but for the most part, it stays out. Now, the one thing that you may notice that is missing from this area is we're not going to find any buanos, that's for sure. Because the buanos do not come up this area. They actually will drink dew, most likely. We haven't seen them drinking any fluids from the water source. There is a pond in the sandy area, in the desert, but it does not supply enough water for the population of buanos that actually exist over there. So our best guess is they either hydrate in flight, they hydrate with dew, they hydrate with their food, or a combination of all three. My guess is going to be it's a combination of all three. Hello there, little sleeping fellow. And you can see that the terminating point for the water source, although it does filter down, we do have some different types of plant life, does not make it very far down into here. Now the food source, one of the carrion food sources for the buanos, does actually nest down here. They have a symbiotic life with some of the avian in the area, as you can see. We'll talk about those little guys later. Needless to say, they definitely help keep the scales clean. When we look over towards our more mountainous region, you can see no buanos. Now, this guy right here has been circling overhead for a little while now. And the reason for that is because they come into this region, not for the water, but for the food. Because of those guys. And we'll talk about them later as well. Needless to say, he's hunting. He's looking for a food source. I haven't seen any of them drop down to the water. Oh, hey guys. Nope, we're getting out of your territory. I'm sorry. We haven't seen, or at least I haven't seen any of them to catalog drinking from the water source, and we're not sure, or at least I'm not sure, if it's because their talons do not allow them good footing down here, and they're very cautious and wary, which is a very high probability, or it's because of the three sources of hydration that I mentioned before. either from their food, from the dew, or they are able to collect the fluid while they're in flight. Because as you can see, we are in a very, the ground is very dry, it's very arid, but the air above is actually blanketed in a very thick pocket of condensation. And when we get a storm coming through, you'll be able to see, I don't have any footage of a storm right now that I can show, but we'll get there. And it's a very short trek over to the desert region just because this biome is so diverse that the plains area is just a tertiary point. It's a middle point. It's not an actual biome. We have a lot of monsters that will cross over into that region, but the desert region here, the sandy region, if we get over one of these mounds, you can see is very vast. Very, very vast. And this is all evidence of a ocean. We are at the bed of an ocean. And the bed of this ocean is covered in what's called silt. And if we look across, we can actually see the remnants of the waves that came through to form this area, and the wind has propagated those formations over and over and over again. There are a lot of monsters out there that we track and we keep track of that actually utilize the silt as a form of transportation that you saw earlier. And the Buanos are the tertiary monster for this area. They act the same way as the basin does. They act the same way as the plains does. The basin washes or moves animals and material through to the plains, and the plains handles all of the different types of material like water and different types of minerals, different monsters. You guys be careful. There's predators out here. Just like you. And the Buanos act in the same way in the ecosystem as the windswept plains act in the ecological system. It's a very interesting coexistence. The creature matches the land, and the land matches the creature. And you can see these guys are even docile. They do not like to attack. They understand that we're not in any way a danger to them. They're not hunting or looking for prey. So you can see it's actually very, very safe out here as long as you know what to do and where to do it. Oh, he's using the bathroom. We're not going to watch that. You go ahead. And that's how this area works. So now you know why I like the basin, why I like this windswept plains, and I love the monsters that are in this area, and we will be doing some videos on some more. But until then, I will see you guys later. If you like this, please like and comment. Let me know what else you would like to see. Let me know if there's any questions you have, any areas that you may want to look into, and subscribe to the videos so that I know that you guys are interested and want to see more. I will see you all later.